It wasn't good enough, and we need to do a lot better on offense. That's very evident, and that's something that you to only come away with 6 points in a situation like that. We've got to make we have to do something on offense to create some change, and to get a lot more production than what we're getting out of that right now. We had good field position a lot of times to start drives, and we didn't connect on them, and so we need to really go back and watch what we've done here these first 4 games or whatever it's been, and really make some changes to move forward, because we got to go back and put time into that. We have, but we really need to do it mid-season right now instead of later on.
Mark, this kind of makes me think of how in a traditional season you've always used that early bye week to make adjustments, maybe to the level that you're kind of talking about right now. Just how challenging is it going to be to do what it sounds like?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Cole? Because I think you froze, so I think you know where you're going with this question. And yeah, it's going to be challenging, because this is when you go back and define what you're doing after you kind of seen what your skill set was. But we don't have that. We don't have that luxury. We don't have that time, and time is of the essence. So this may be dealt with as early as this evening and early tomorrow. So we just need to one, to don't accept it, and two, it's something that we need to fix is probably the best way to say it.
Jump in there, Nick.
Sure. How long did you know that Will was not going to be able to go for today, and what was kind of the preparation process for Justin prior to today's game?
Well, I found out on Friday morning at 7 o'clock is when I found out that he was out. So we were through all our planning, all our prep and everything, and so that we spent the day Friday and even late into last night and early today to try to find ways to play to Justin's abilities. But yeah, we didn't find out till 7 o'clock yesterday morning is when we started doing all the processing to get him ready to play. So really there was no practice time per se. It was just taking the plan, adapting it to what Justin's skill set was, and Justin, heck, he was running some scout team work this week, helping the defense for half the week as we got Will ready to play. But we got word about about Will on Friday morning, and then quickly made some adjustments.
Obviously, they're playing a backup as well. Were you anticipating them going with Struck, or did that catch you by surprise a little bit as well?
No, not really. We saw the other guy get hurt last week. We just didn't know until today that who was going to play, and so Struck had played for him last year, if I remember right. So, but 8 was a good quarterback too, and we didn't know if he was going to play until we got to the game today.
You feel like penalties early on just kind of put you behind the 8 ball. You had the I think false start there when you're 4th and 1 ready to go for it, and then on their ensuing drive the late hit that gave them 15. Yeah, the
penalties killed us all day long, but particularly in the first half. And every time we started to do something on offense, we had an offensive penalty. Part of that was probably because of communication and the when you got a quarterback's voice flexion, things like that. So there's a lot of things that go into people moving at the same time, but there was way too many penalties, so there's no excuse for any penalty. But there were too many penalties, and the ones on offense really hurt them because they set us back in drives because we're inside the 50-yard line when those penalties happen, and they set us back.
You got down to the 5, I think, there in the first half. On that sequence of plays, can you kind of just take us through what happened there? I know obviously it was tough with Justin losing his helmet also for one of those.
Well, yeah, and that's there's multiple things that you could say to this thing, and as a coach, I'm sitting there going, okay, one, it was unfortunate that Wolf fell down because Wolf was going in the end zone and fell down the pass to get us down there. Justin did a good job getting us down there in that 2-minute offense. 2-minute offense was executed well. We get down there, probably should have had a touchdown on Wolf's catch, but for whatever reason, we're still in position to score with timeouts. And then we had the sequence of events of some missed opportunities, probably the best way to say it, and a lot had to do with inexperience, or once we got down in there that tight, that's where it's probably most evident that we didn't have we weren't ready for Justin to be the quarterback down in that situation. And Justin did the best he could, then his helmet pops off, and, that was the other thing. His helmet popped off 3 times. It's like strap it on and leave it on, and, you can keep a helmet on if you strap it up right. So those things can happen, but again, those things did happen to us, and that's things that we got to clean up.
Obviously, defensively, after that first series, the guys really buckled down well and played another excellent game. Just on that side of the ball, are you pretty much getting everything you could hope for out of this team?
We are. I'm pleased with all those guys. I'm pleased with our defensive effort, but I'm not. We need to continue to get better on defense. That first drive shouldn't have happened to us. I think that was about an 80-yard drive, and I didn't think those 7 points were the 7 points that were going to beat us at the time. But but our defense did buckle down and played a good game. It doesn't matter who plays the good game. It's did you win the game? And that's the purpose of this whole thing. So yeah, the defense held its ground and did the things they needed to do multiple times throughout the game. But at the same time, it was a defensive job is to get as many opportunities as they can for the offense, and the offense needs to score points when they cross the 50-yard line. And even the missed field goals, we left those points on the board. So yeah, everything needs to be looked at right now, and we will.